Wawa Nili! Wawa, everybody. It's been a minute, eh? So let me see if I can shift that. There we go. Perfect. Oh, goodness, goodness. I am, hopefully my internet will hold. Yesterday we saw quite a lot of my military flying around. So with any luck whatsoever, what I'm planning to do is go ahead and I'm going to start off. Normally I do two different streams, but it has been so awkward. I have tried to get on here so many times. We have had floods, we have had power outages. Oh, it's been a crazy month. Hokapi was the month for December 1st through the 28th, and let's say from Maita of Kahuku, which was last month, um, it's been crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with our Lemurian astrology. I think what I'm going to do, since I am not in a space to know just how consistent I'm going to be able to be for the next month, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do a card reading for today, but we're going to just use that as the month ahead. And in fact, what I'm going to do for a second is going to turn the comments off so I can focus on this. And I am sorry. I do have a little bit of a nagging cough that's left over. I'm going to try not to cough in everybody's face, but I have that. I also have a cold sore going. So if you see some blemishes, it's life. So we're going to just tip that screen down just a little bit. What I'm going to do to start off with, and we're going to be hearing this probably several times throughout this live stream if people come in, but what I'm going to do is, energetically speaking, I'm going to get everybody onto the same page. My mentor, Huna Flash, was from New Zealand, and so he used to lovingly call this the login. I like to call it the harmonization, because what it's doing is, energetically speaking, it works on a multi-dimensionality, and it's going to get everybody here and on the replay on the same page. I apologize for the frog in my throat. What I'm going to do, usually I just use the pure Lemurian coding, but I actually want to go through this time and explain a little bit behind it so you can understand what I am saying behind it. Tie Mori. Grateful for the breath of life. From the void of the cradle of creation comes Ma, first light, Ha, first breath, Ka, first birth, Wa, first love, Ta, first stone or crystal, and He, first fire. So all together, there and back again, will be Ma, Ha, Kawa, Ta, Hi, Tawa, Kaha, Ma. First dimension. It ingwa, in the name of. Tito iri, the vibration. To o, the frequency. To wana, the energy. Wayu tapu, I remember. Ksa. Second dimension. It ingwa, in the name of. Tefinui, the land. Tarani, the sky. Tikatau, the water. Wayu tapu, I remember you. Ksa. Third dimension. It ingwa, in the name of. Tafaya, the mother. Tamatua, the father. Tama, the child. Wayuatapu, I remember. Multidimensionality. Tie Mori Ora. Grateful for the breath of life. Yay. And so, since we are actually in one of the Maita days, this will be the last of the Maita days in between Okapi, which we've just completed, which was Light of Father. And Okapi is the forest giraffe, and we are headed into, it's called Hea, which is the sign of the hare. And I'm looking all around because I'm trying to find my box I wanted to share with you. We're going to be pulling from the Beyond Lemuria deck from Izzy Ivy. And again, I'm going to go ahead and try to treat this as our cards for each motu, each sign, for the upcoming month. If I can get in here sooner, great. But if not, we're just going to treat that as what we have for the month. And I do have another card that's pulled from the bottom of the deck. And so if for any reason you don't resonate with any of the cards or your card for the month, there is another card from the Unicorn deck that will be at the bottom of the deck. That will be for all signs, so stick around for that. And to begin with, we're going to start off, as I was mentioning, if you were born on the 29th, 30th, or 31st of any of the months, you're what's called a Ma'ita. And I'm going to actually, before I get started with the read, I'm going to click over here on my comment section right quick, because in the past I have had trouble with my sound. And yay, Wawa Nui, hi Rush, hello Hypnicity and Paul Freed, great. Okay, so my sound is coming through okay then? It's lovely to see everybody. Happy New Year. And yes, happy party time to everybody. Can anybody give me just a thumbs up or a hi or a yeah, I can hear you sort of a thing? Because I do remember we were struggling with that on top of the connectivity. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna close off the comment section right quick so I can focus on this, and I'm going to dial through everybody's Lemurian birth sign. Don't worry if you're just here for like energy healing or chat. We won't be here that long. It doesn't take that long. So to begin again, if you're a Ma'ita person, you are one that was born on the 29th, 30th, or 31st of any of the months. This is what makes up the 13th sign for the Lemurian astrology. And what happens is yours is the sign that sits in the undistorted light. The Ma'ita sits at the center of the astrology, and what's going to happen is the undistorted light that comes from the central sun will then go through each stargate each month. And so as we go through, we'll just hop in and explain it a little bit as we go. So for Ma'itas, Ma'ita babies, again, if you were born on the 29th, 30th, or 31st of any of the months, and I believe Paul is a Ma'ita. I don't remember if Rush is. I know Hypnicity is a Kopanui. And apologies if I missed anybody. And again, my comment sections are turned off, but I know Paul is a Ma'ita. So you have the Soul Star chakra. And what this is again, in Lemurian system, it's going to be called Ma'ita, which is a little confusing, but that's okay. We use Ma'ita a lot. It's the connection. There is a chakra that is above your head. It's about 18 inches above your head. If you look up, you can actually feel it. And a lot of times people will use that connection when they are connecting to the divine, whatever you want to call it. So it looks like for your upcoming month, Ma'ita babies, you're going to be leaning into your connection to the divine through your soul star chakra. And again, we have another card that's at the bottom of the deck. And so if for any reason you don't resonate with that, we can use that one as a stand-in. Now, for anybody that was born December 1st through the 28th, I am sorry I wasn't here for your birth month, and I'm going to say happy birthday to everybody that I missed. If your birthday is December 29th, 28th, no, 29th, 30th, or 31st, happy birthday. And so let's launch into the next Motu. Happy birthday for all of those that are born January 1st through the 28th. Yours is a sign of He'a. This is the sign of the hare. And the essence for this month is endurance. And you, wow, that's a powerful card. Unique gifts for your birth months. So this is for He'as. This is those that are born January 1st through the 28th. The stargate for this upcoming month is the whale, Kahu. So as I was saying, the undistorted light will be coming through the stargate of Kahu, the whale stargate, and then it will be beaming onto the planet for everybody. So the essence for this upcoming month is endurance, one foot in front of the other, and happy birthday. So if you were born February 1st through the 28th, yours is a sign of tyranny. This is a sign of the hummingbird. And the essence for this month is the tiny voice from heaven. Wow, very potent card. This is for Titanese, and it is Mount Shasta. Very powerful portal. Telosians are under that. Okay, next, if you were born March 1st through the 28th, yours is a sign of Honu. Honu is the sign of the sea turtle, and the essence for this month is navigation. Almost like quantum navigation, but not quite. Oh, beautiful. Honus, you need to focus on your heart chakra this upcoming month. Beautiful card. Okay. Next, if you were born April 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Tuatara. This is the sign of the smiling gecko. The essence for this month is the smile. Oh, beautiful. You have the connection through the third eye chakra. So it's also called the brow chakra. And in Lemurian, that's going to be Tanaro. Okay. Next, if you were born May 1st through the 28th, yours is a sign of Toroa. This is the sign of the albatross. The essence for this month is determination. Interesting. Totoroas, you have evolution this month. There we go. Hopefully my internet is holding. Could be dicey. This has been part of the other struggle for me. Okay. I saw hypnicity. If you were born June 1st through the 28th, you are a fellow wombat. And ours is a sign of Kopanui, the sign of the wombat. Oh, perfect. We have air, which is lovely. Can breathe. Lean into the element of air. Just for Kopanuis. Okay. If you were born July 1st through the 28th, not sure, but I think Rush might be this one. Beautiful. Yours is the sign of Kaka. This is the sign of the talking parrot. And the essence for this month is the voice. Okay, you have alignment. We'll try not to lens flare this one a little bit there. There we go. You have dolphins in there. Isn't that cool? So your focus is going to be aligning this month. Just for Kakas. Gorgeous. Now, if you were born August 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Futura. This is the sign of the falcon. The essence for this month is purification. And for anybody that's just here to hang out for the live chat, I'm mostly through it. So hang in there. Okay, so Futuras, you have awakened awareness. I'll let this card speak for itself. She put a lot of codes in here in the artwork. That's why I'm holding these a little bit longer. Now, if you were born September 1st through the 28th, yours is a sign of Namu, and this is the sign of the dove. The essence for this month is peace. Beautiful. Get grounded with your root chakra. This is for Namus. Taro is the root chakra for Lemurian. Okay. Next, if we are up to, we're up to Kirihi. So if you were born October 1st through the 28th, yours is a sign of Kirihi. This is the sign of the lamb. The essence for this month is the truth. Interesting. And you are going inwards on an inward journey beyond the mind. We love our minds. Sometimes we can get a little too much in our heads. And there is so much more out there. Wonderful. Now, if you were born November 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Kahuku. This is the sign of the butterfly. The essence for this month is transformation. That was a nice little power rush there. Wow, you have our ancient future Kahukus. Ni manana. A little bit of feke coming through from our previous dimension, previous evolution, our ancient future. Because everything that I'm bringing forth with the Lemurian, this is remembering. All of us remember. Now, if you were born December 1st through the 28th, yours is a sign of Okapi, the forest giraffe. And again, belated happy birthday. Yours is Light of Father. You have beautiful card, gracious receptivity. For Okapis. And then we have one more card for everybody. And I will try not to lens flare because this one comes from the Beyond, I think it's Beyond the Unicorn deck. I don't remember who it is, but she lens flares really badly. But for everybody, we have possibilities. Yay! So if you didn't like your card, or you can certainly stack this one. Gorgeous. It says, raise your standards and remember you're sovereign whenever you do that. Elevate your expectations, and you have unlimited potential. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip my comment section back on here. Oh, wonderful. Hello, everybody. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, I haven't picked my word for 26 yet. Revelations. That's interesting. Okay, so we had Rush, Paul Freed. Hi, Karen Robinson. Gorgeous to see you in here. Let me see. Brother Carl. Is Brother Carl in here? Yeah, I know, Paul. Yay! Greetings from Linwood, Washington. Yeah, I love the wombats. Go and see if I'm on air. Ha ha ha! How's that? How is that? Your sister's psychic. Of course. Possibility is a contender. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Hello, Rush. I know. Every single time I tried to get on here, you would not believe everything that happened during it. Was a crazy month of December. I mean, we had perfect weather for like 2 times earlier in December, and people kept running into the exact same telephone pole. So we had power outages on the days that I was trying to hop in here. It was crazy. And then we had the storm. Oh wow. We were without power for almost an entire day, and flooding. I gotta say, not the first. We had what's called a Pineapple Express. Now, it has to be said that the Pineapple Expresses are pretty normal for what we have here. It's just been so long. And yeah, you guys really got slammed with it up there. But to be a pineapple, it not only has to be an atmospheric river, which is literally just this long plume of just a deluge of water. It has to actually come from Hawaii, which is why they class it as a pineapple. And like Hypnicity is saying, the rains were just insane. So we honestly had flooding here, way more flooding than what we normally have. It's definitely the highest that I've seen. Thankfully, right now we are in what's called one of the king tides. We're coming up to it. It'll be January 1st through the 5th. And so I don't know about you, Hip, but we actually had about 5 dry days. So our space has cleared for the river. And so, yes, Mother Earth is absolutely giving us our showers. And Paul's in a partying mood. I know I saw something earlier where Paul was saying that he was going to party. I think, what was it, Journey? That you're going to go see? Is that tonight or is that tomorrow night, Paul? Yeah, we've over here, we've been just, it's nice to see, but it's kind of sad to see. It's nice to see that we're getting our rains because I don't know about anybody else's, but our trees were desperately in need of it. Cool, you had snow. And yeah, okay, Paul. Well, that's nice. Paul's headed off to a party tonight. You stay safe, sir. Have fun. I know you'll have fun, but safe journey there, safe journey back. Using Journey. That's funny. And yeah, Mother Earth's definitely giving us our showers. I have no idea what we have coming up. I haven't even paid attention to the weather lately. And Rush, we are an East Coast dweller over here. I heard tell that you guys had some snow, but if I remember right, I think it was Pennsylvania and New York and possibly Maine. I don't know how far down the seaboard that it went for the snows. But yeah, it was supposed to be clipping through, but ooh, hey howdy, it's been interesting. And then behind the scenes, my farm is now a smaller farm, and so we've had some changes. We still have some changes upcoming to my farm, and so, but yeah, yeah. And Tahoe got plenty of snow, and yeah, tell them I say hello. And speaking of, we might have some people that are coming in a little bit later. DC Burbs, just crazy winds for the last week or so. Awesome. And yeah, Paul had snow also in, yeah, there's been a few times, Rush, now that you're talking about the winds, we've had some really crazy winds come through here too. I suspect that it was pushing through about two or three storms. It's been bonkers. How much snow did you get in Pennsylvania, and did it stick? I know the Midwest, lower Midwest, they were in 70-degree temperature for Christmas, which is just bonkers. It's like, well, I guess you could fire up the barbecue grill. And I think this weekend they ended up doing, I think they were dropping down to snow and cold on Sunday. So Paul says, wow, 5 to 6 inches. That's decent. That's a decent snowfall. It's nice everybody's getting their rains back, or precipitation, I should say. At 40-mile-an-hour winds in the suburbs, that has got to be bonkers. That's one thing, you get these areas, and if the trees have grown up in them, they're pretty good. But you saw the same thing happen over in Portland, where they hit 40-mile-an-hour winds and people start panicking, and that's mostly because the trees don't have time to set down their roots properly, and so they end up tipping over because of the wind. Going forward, hoping for some serenity, peace. Woo! I'm going to be skiing in the morning for the new year. Geez, Paul, you're making me feel like a wimp over here. Skiing is all sold out. Yeah, because everybody was waiting for their skiing. Now, do you actually do the skiing where it's the two skis, or do you do snowboarding? I tried skiing once when I was a kid. Not willingly doing that again. I fell so many times. So many times. I used to do, wow. So you do the skiing. Yeah, when I was a kid, Santa Claus brought me and my brother a couple toboggans, and we had a crazy ice storm. I think that would have been back in 1981. And so what we did, it got painful to use the toboggan as an actual toboggan. I mean, we wore the hound out of our little paths whenever it was just snow, and then we had this ice storm on top of our snowpack, and there were 5 rungs on the toboggan. My butt knows this because every time we would go hit a tree, the butt went across every single rung on the bottom of the toboggan. And so we took to standing up and steering the toboggan while standing up, because it's like, well, in theory, if I hit something, I'll just pop loose from the toboggan and then I don't have to worry about that. So in a way, we were actually inventing snowboarding before snowboarding became a thing. But my brother and I were ahead of our time, so those poor toboggans, man, those things were amazingly built. You can believe how many things we hit with those. But they're still functioning. So I want to bring in a couple more slides, and we're going to say Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. Of course, this is the Gregorian New Year that's coming in. So if you're following the Gregorian New Year, Happy New Year. And then if you're following, of course, the Lemurian calendar, we've already been in 2026 for 6 months. And so with the Lemurian calendar, we're actually entering our second half of 2026. And we were in originally the rising time, the dragon rising period. And so now we're entering into the whale time. And so it's the descending energies. Oh my word. Seriously, that is so cool. My Swiss dad and his brother erected the first skiing school in Montana. Well, being Swiss, they should know. I never learned to ski. I tried it, but it didn't catch on for me. It just, yeah, it was a lot of fun. They gave us a free pass back in the day to give it a try, and hey, it was great because they actually allowed us lessons on top of it. I mean, everything was free. They're obviously trying to get people in the area interested in skiing, and so they gave us a whole bunch of lessons, and the equipment was free to rent, and nobody told me about how to hold on to that silly little tow rope to get up to the top. But hey, by the end of the day, I did the bunny slope, I think twice. Oh goodness. And that was like the last time I went skiing. And my thing is always, I don't know about anybody else, but like one leg would go this way and the other leg would go that way. Ah, it was so scary. Oh, I know. Yeah, last time Paul was in Times Square, that was unhooked, wasn't it? That was quite an experience. Yeah, but especially when you're a kid, you don't think too much about it because I mean, you're falling constantly. I mean, I can remember back to playing with my toboggan, like on the ice. We hit so many trees. It was insane. And yet it was fun. I mean, it was just another challenge. And I think as an adult, just our nervous systems are just so overloaded. We're so fried anymore that it's just one more thing, one more thing. And of course, as you get older, you're not wanting to bash yourself around as much. The recovery time can be a little bit a little bit longer. So Paul, for your sake, we all hope that you have nice, soft, fluffy snow. Oh goodness. Yeah, hypnicities. I'm looking forward to your 2026 word. She thought maybe possibility. We had possibility for everybody earlier. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody want to do some Lemurian coding? We want to do maybe some more energy stuff. I know we'll be doing a little bit of balancing, a little bit of energy balancing coming up here because it's not just the Lemurian stuff that I do. I like the Lemurian stuff though. It can take on a life all its own. I thought what we might do is let's do some Tukupinga Maui, which is fun. Let's do some Tukupinga Maui first. And so let's do some Lemurian codes. And of course, the next month that we're coming into, starting tomorrow, will be the month of the hare, which is Hea. It's going to be January 21st through the 2028th. So just kind of dialing through here, trying to see what I'm going to do. I'm thinking Tukupinga Maui through the chakra systems because it's been so long. It's been a minute. And there's just so much gunk that came in. So we're going to go ahead and launch into this, and then I'm going to do some energy work afterwards. Okay. Tihe mori ora mahaka wa tahi ita ingawa te to irita o otawana waiu ita bukta. Ita ingawa te whenui tarani te katau waiu ita bukta. Ita ingawa te whaia tamatua te tama waiu ita bukta. Tihe mori ora a e te I a ube o e ube a il I una ul o ep tana nu ma il ai hakta toropa pote hituma kaki ma kaki ka naro hawa tu taki ma taki ka tai tu te hu upo. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of gunky energy in here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to utilize what's called Tukupinga Maui. This is the net of Maui, and Maui means children from the heavens or children from the stars. So this is a galactic energy that we're going to be bringing in here. And what we're going to imagine is this net, we're going to go through each of our chakras, and what's going to happen is it's going to pull out any gunk or distortions. And a net can also bring in gifts. So you can have gifts received too. Tukupenga Maui, Maita, Tukupenga Maui, Hairua, Tukupenga Maui, Te Ariki, Tukupenga Maui, Maki, Tukupenga Maui, Tenaro, Tukupenga Maui, Tinira, Tukupenga Maui, Titama, Tukupenga Maui, Tako, Tukupenga Maui, Matako, Tukupenga Maui, Tawahi, Tukupenga Maui, Toi, Tukupenga Maui, Taro, Tukupenga Maui, Muki Muki, Tukupenga Maui, Maita, Maita, Tukupenga Maui, Taro, Tukupenga Maui, Muki Muki, Tukupenga Maui, Toi, Tukupenga Maui, Tawahi, Tukupenga Maui, Tako, Tukupenga Maui, Matako, Tukupenga Maui, Tatama, Tukupenga Maui, Tinira, Tukupenga Maui, Tinaro, Tukupenga Maui, Maki, Tukupenga Maui, Te Ariki, Tukupenga Maui, Hairua, Tukupenga Maui, Maita, Tukupenga Maui. Gorgeous. There we go. I like hypnicity. That's too funny. So tonight at midnight, lift your left leg so you're guaranteed to start the year off on the right foot. Too funny. Beautiful. Okay. I think what I want to do is okay, we're going to do some energy work here on top of it. And so I'm just going to run some meridian work. Let me think. Do we want to do maybe no, I have a better idea. I'm just going to run it in the background. And so I'm just going to start at the head. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out where I'm at. Wow. Actually, let me just close my eyes here for a minute because kind of like me, I've been challenged with a little bit of cold symptoms, flu symptoms, sort of a thing throughout the month of December because let's face it, we all probably dipped into the sugar. And yeah, you feel something that has a power in it. It should be around your head. I can feel it. Somebody's got a lot of gunk, and I'd imagine there's a ton of people right now that have a lot of gunk, stuffed nose, yada, yada, yada. So let's just get all that cleared off. Around the ears and the eyes. Let's get your sinus cavities going here. Oh, tender. That must be, yeah. Okay, so I don't normally do this, but we're going to place an energy pillow on the roots of the teeth and in the sinus cavity. And what that's going to do is that allows your body an energy source, an extra energy source to draw from. It's just pure white light. And this may cause you to sneeze because sometimes this can activate your nose, can start to really clear. So if you sneeze, I am so sorry, but it should be clearing. In fact, your nose may actually run from this. But I really want to leave that pillow in place for some people have some serious tooth trouble right now. And the challenge to that can begin in the roots of the teeth as well. And it's going through the whole back of the throat as well. Under the eyes. Sometimes your eyes can feel swollen this time of year. And this obviously is just for energy and entertainment purposes only. This is not to treat, diagnose, cure, yada, yada, yada. Because we're working on an energy level. This isn't the actual, but you can see symptoms shift very quickly sometimes. Right now, I'm in the upper arcadia, the upper teeth, sinus cavities, underneath the eyeballs, and around the ears, back of the throat. I'm headed down towards the base of the throat, base of the tongue, and we're going to head for the lower arcadia, the lower part of your teeth, root of the tongue, jaw bones, and we're going to place another energy pillow all underneath into the lower jawbone, under the tongue, and again for the roots of the teeth themselves, to just replenish, renew, and bring in that energy bathing that all around. And then with these energy pillows placed, it's just going to be like a long time released energy pillow. So it's not just there for now. We're just going to keep that in place. We're going to go ahead and cleanse the base of the skull. You've got a really big sinus cavity at the base of the skull. And so let's get that cleaned. Base of the skull, we're going into the neck. And the only reason I'm mentioning where I'm at is because some people are very sensitive to energy. And it can feel really weird. Like it feels like somebody's touching you sometimes. If you don't feel anything at all, don't worry about it. The energy is still doing exactly what it needs to do. And I'm working with the meridians on your body. And what the meridians are rivers of energy that flow in and around the body itself. If you found this stream afterwards, or you would like to come back to it, that's very challenging, isn't it, with the sinus? Yeah. It's still timeless. So it won't matter if you need to dip back into this energy later on. It will still work beautifully for you. Nice and supportive. We're going through the tops of the shoulders now. And what will happen is, as I'm putting it out there, your meridians will now go ahead and continue to follow what I'm doing. And we're just basically clearing congestions off the meridians. There's stagnation that can happen. Shoulders, really. I'm on the left shoulder right now. In and around the shoulder blades, you have a lot of the digestive system. So these are meridians that'll be related to the stomach, large intestine, small intestine. And they can impact those. A lot of times, like I said, we've eaten off diet. We've given ourselves treats for the month of December. And that can sometimes show up as tender under the shoulder blades or on top of the shoulder blades as well. The left side doesn't feel too bad. That was a nice pop. So we got a good pop from the neck. So we're going to go over to the right shoulder blade, do the same thing. We're just going to cleanse in and around underneath the shoulder blades. And this time of year, I find a lot of times throughout the year, if we've come into something that doesn't belong to us or we're in a hurry, we'll tend to shove energies under our shoulder blades, like we're shoving things under the carpet. But this time of year, I usually find most of the stagnation, it tends to be from dietary challenges. Like I said, we've all had holiday treats that we just don't have any other time of the year. And boy, does that ever show up in the shoulder blades. One of the places it can show up. Wow, that shoulder feels nice. Hypnicity, I think your hubby might be actually recovering pretty well. Ball of the shoulder on the right-hand side. Beautiful. Do a little bit on the collarbones, which is your lung area, not just the direct lungs. Yeah, it felt pretty good. It's always fascinating to me. If people have come and sat in the energy before, they'll still have this connection. I can usually feel into the field and feel them. Beautiful. That's gorgeous, Paul. Sorry, I'm not putting these up onto the screen right now. I'm using my hands for the energy manipulations. If you see my hands doing things, a lot of times I'm moving energy. Okay, we're going to go down both of the arms now. We're going to aim for the elbows because somebody's got a little bit of an elbow thing going on, including myself on the right-hand side. It sounds like you've got that pillar of light thing happening. I almost did the pillar of light, but we can do that after I'm finished. We're going to go down the forearms, wrists. Sometimes the achy in and around the wrists, that can be reflections for heart. Some stagnations in the heart, stagnations in the lungs. Hands, back of the hands. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. Wonderful. Congratulations. That's actually really great to hear, Hypnicity. Yeah, there might be a little bit of tenderness as he eases back into it, but all in all, I think he had a great recovery. Okay, now we're coming up through the interior of the palms of the hands, both hands. Gorgeous. Happy popping happening. Yeah, you can have some snap, crackle, pops happening. A lot of times you can feel some easing off places that are moving. You can feel it. Oh, Paul, at any point, if you want, you can actually just in your mind's eye reach out to the central sun and turn up the volume. Imagine a bright white light flooding in over and around you. Brightest white you can imagine. Coming up through the interior of the forearms to the crook of the elbow. Yeah, and that's just it. I have to balance it for everybody that's dipping into the stream. Some people just get their socks blown. Other people are like, yeah, I'll take all of it. And up into the armpits. We have a lot of lymph glands underneath here. And they're going to be doing a great job of cleansing, clearing, getting that gunk, the old out with the old and with the new. I'm going to work through the lung space and the heart right quick, since we're already here. The thoracic area. Beautiful. Give some TLC to the spine. Soothing the lungs. Now we're going to go down the back, the lower back, just the back. I'll get to the tummy in a minute. Into the tops of the hips where the hips meet. Whew. Down through the tush. Ooh. Okay, we're going to go in and around the hips. Kind of like we did the pillow thing earlier. Let's just place a big old pillow right into the hip and the pelvis area. I can feel some challenges here. Huh. Let's also have that extend so that the coccyx, which is the very tip of your tailbone, and the sacrum area are also supported in this pillow space. We're just going to leave that energy in there to help rejuvenate, because I know a lot of times we keep hearing, oh, you're old, you can't rejuvenate the bones, they're just the way that they are. No, absolutely. Every cell in your body rejuvenates. It does cell divisions. So at any point, we can always choose to have juicy, juicy bones, nice and new. And what you might do if you're having spinal challenges is lay in the bed and then play around with your feet. See if you can move your feet, like your toes towards your shin bones, with your heels down. And then if you close your eyes, you can feel around the spine and just see. Sometimes just giving itself a few minutes, and that will allow space. Sometimes you can have spaces open. Beautiful. That's great. Just to see if you can get some bones to pop, some spaces to clear. Sometimes the way that we stand, our posture isn't the best that we have. And so playing around with your feet, and you can release your feet now, sometimes playing around with that gives you some space, and it'll take some of the shearing pressure off of your body around in and around the body. Because sometimes what will happen is the fascia, which is it's like a sheath that holds the things together. It's what's going to hold the muscling to the bones, and your organs in your tummy, and the spaces of your lungs and your heart. And sometimes as we stand, our body positioning, we're not even because our organs aren't even. And so sometimes that can create some pulling dynamics in the body. Okay, we're in and around the knees right now. Beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to amp up that light simply because there's a lot more stress going on with the lower body. Maybe you've done a bit more walking, maybe you've done a bit more exercise, meeting people. Beautiful, Paul. So we're just going to pamper the lower half of the body. Yeah, and the calves, ankles. We're going to go down the outer edge of the feet. I feel the light going through the toes. Yeah, a little more pampering here, in and around the toe joints. The whole feet, actually. Let's just do another ball of light in and around all of the feet. We're going to do it from the ankles all the way through the feet, spaces in between the toes, between the joints. And again, this is support. Nah, I can hear that already. Somebody's saying, yeah, but you don't understand my arthritis. Honey, I'm going to say, look at whatever is in your diet. You probably already know what I'm about to say, but there is something challenging you with an inflammation response. Whoever this person is, just take note of it. Grumble, grumble, dial it out of your diet for maybe 2 weeks and see if that helps your body feel better. You can do 2 weeks. If you can't do 2 weeks, try it to sit it out for about 3 days. See if that makes a difference. And just remember, some of the stuff that's inflammation is what's called chronic condition. And so what'll happen with the chronic is it took time to build up. It can take a little bit of time to ease off. But if after 3 days, 5 days, 2 weeks, you notice that you're feeling better, maybe just have that food sit out in the corner for just a little bit longer. All you're asking is a little bit of space for your body so that it can cleanse itself. It just needs a breather. I mean, it's like carrying a backpack. And in your backpack, maybe you've got all these oodles of different cans and boxes of things. And sometimes things are deceptively heavy. It's causing a bit more wear and tear. Well, set it down for a little bit. We're coming up through the interior of the knees. Just see if it helps you feel better, because we want to lighten our load as we're going forward. And no, it's not forever. It's just for, just give it a try. You can always go back to it. But you won't know if it's the culprit if you don't try it. I know. It'll be okay. Okay, we're coming up into the lap. Yes, and here's the gunk. I know. Okay, everybody. Humans, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine a fire hose of light, and it's coming from above. And at the same time that I'm going to work through your tummy, we're going to imagine this fire hose power washing all of this gunk starting from at the diaphragm. Feel it wash all the way through the diaphragm and power washing all through the tummy space. Because when we do our family get-togethers, sometimes there's stuff that's been like stuck in place for 30 years. So we're going to power wash it, all that gunk, all the way down and out. Bring in the light, bring in the laughter. And just see it flowing all the way down to Mother Earth, off your body. And don't worry, Mother Earth is amazing. She takes in the gunky energy and she uses it for compost and makes beautiful things like roses. So she can handle that easily. Just power washing it down, 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 out, out, out. Beautiful. Okay. Oh yeah, that's feeling a lot better. Just a little bit more in here. Underneath the lungs, underneath the diaphragm. Now we're going to pamper the liver. Okay, that's what it was. We're going to pamper the liver that's probably had a really challenging month. I could just hear some exasperations coming from the liver. Yeah, man, I've been working 24/7. So we're going to send some beautiful yellowish light to the liver. Liver loves yellow, that bright golden color. And we're going to do a little bit of gentle warming because the liver loves to be warm. Not hot, just warm. Gorgeous. Okay, this might feel a little weird, but I'm going to go ahead and work through some of the itty bitty teeny tiny things. That is the ducts, the gallbladder for the liver, the gallbladder, spleen. Pamper the spleen a little bit. Beautiful. Just kind of opening those ducts up a little. It may feel a little weird. And yes, we will come over to the tummy here in just a second. There we go. A little bit of pampering. It's probably gone simply because of I went interior, Paul. Deep interior. So if you're getting some tummy rumbles or some irping, hiccups even, it's just me. Get yourself just a small drink of water afterwards, and that will help to flush any of the toxins that we've loosened in your bloodstream. It'll just help it flush it right on out. Speaking of, we're going to go ahead and come to the back and pamper the adrenal glands. Sometimes, even if it's good fun, it can be overstimulating. Beautiful. All the way through the kidneys. Gorgeous. Hello, Gypsy JJ. Wabanui. I know, it's been a minute, huh? It's been a long, long minute. Gorgeous. We're working through some energy stuff right now. I've already gone over the body. We're coming up through the abdomen, and then we will be finishing up through the lungs. Beautiful. Yeah, it's just to get our tummy engines going correctly again. It's pampering. Gorgeous. There we are. Beautiful. Yay. What do you think, everybody? To put everybody to sleep? Hope so. If you do fall asleep, don't beat yourself up over it. It's a pretty normal side effect. In fact, a lot of my critters, whenever I'm working on this, and your animal friends will probably come very, very close whenever I'm doing this because it's universal when I'm doing the energy clearing. And so they will, wonderful. They'll be attracted to it as well. And everybody's going to get that balance at the same time. That was a nice workout. Beautiful. Yeah, I figured everybody could use some serious pampering. I know we all love our goodies for the holidays, but it can be a little bit much. Okay, we're going to hop on over to my last slide here. This was actually Tillamook Bay. I took this from the Oregon coast just yesterday. I was seeing the light moving up and down. That's so cool. Oh, hello, Liz. How are you? Wawanui. You just missed it. We just finished with a whole bunch of meridian balancing. So if you get the opportunity, go back through and you can listen to the replay. Yeah, it was gorgeous. This was down in Tillamook County, and this is Tillamook Bay near Bay City. And I don't think that I don't think this is where off to the left-hand side of this image is an amazing, it's called Pacific Seafoods, and I think it's simply called the Fish Peddler, but it literally is a dock or a pier that juts out into this bay, and the oysters are right there in the bay. And if they have some of the other things, we've got fish there. There is tuna, which is incredible. If you've never had tuna from the Oregon coast, trust me, it's incredible. But there's also different types of salmons. We have all kinds of different seafoods, and they come out of Washington State if they're not also from Oregon itself. So we've got Dungeness crabs. We have various size crabs from Alaska, but we also have, if they don't have the oysters right there, they will have oysters from, and in fact, sometimes they'll have oysters from different points because our different bays have different species and they also have different flavors. So it's really, really cool. If you get the opportunity, I'm making a plug for it. They don't know it, but yeah, the seafood there is it's so fresh that the ocean doesn't even know it's gone. And they have all kinds of lunches and seafood. They've got an amazing seafood bar there that you can pick up fish, fresh fish from there as well. And they do pack it on ice. But I love Tillamook Bay is one of the prettiest spots. You get to see it for a long time. In fact, just a little bit before Bay City is what's called Barview, and it is it it. Now I've lost my message for that. Yeah, I completely forgotten it because I was looking at what Liz was saying. Oh yeah, Mexico will absolutely. Absolutely. The best thing I can say for you, Liz, because I've been down there and usually they do fireworks like crazy. Put cotton in your ears and go to an interior room. Oh, Barview. That's what I was saying. I was trying to remember. A lot of times, if you see calendars for the Oregon coast, you'll see images of these craggy rocks with trees on top. One of our trees fell off from a storm. But yeah, it's from the Barview area. So it's one of the more recognizable areas. But yeah, where you're looking at on this, the landmass in front of you, that's Tillamook. Some of the prettiest. Yeah, we have. Well, Oregon coast just has some beautiful, beautiful lines. But I'm not sure if you want to visit in the wintertime. It's been a little brutal. Has anybody seen Brother Carl for month of December? Hey, Gypsy JJ. Uh, JJ, remind me, do you have a Huna essence? Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Fish empanadas for brunch. Yeah, I used to love the fish tacos down there. They serve it on, in Mexico, they serve it on cabbage. Oh, Huna essence. Do you have a Huna? Were you sealed for, with Huna Flash? He is doing okay. That's great. Yeah, I know it was really super duper challenging. It's been super duper challenging for me behind the scenes. This has been one heck of a year. I've had a couple of Earth Angels behind the scenes pulling me out. Whew, of a roller coaster. A lot of changes. I'm gonna say with Gypsy JJ, she's not Huna sealed. And what the Huna seal was, unfortunately, now that he's passed, my mentor passed last year in January 10th. I can't believe it's been a whole year. And so, sure. What he did was he would go into your essence. It's not really a name. Like you can see on mine, it says Huna Kamaroha. And so it's pulling out your essence, your light essence. Let me see. Were you close to the Powerball? No, unfortunately. I don't even think I got a number. I take that back. I got two numbers, but were meaningless because I didn't get the Powerball. Yeah, there was one winner for it. It was in Arkansas. Let me see. I could really use some help. Sure. What would you like help with, Gypsy JJ? Do you need some energy support? Would you like Lemurian energy or? Yeah, for an example, like my essence on mine, it says Huna Roja. And the cool thing is, that's why I display it. It's not an ego thing. What is happening is the Kamaroha of my name is actually working in and around your own body. It interacts with your multidimensionality. It works with your own essence because it helps you to remember. And almost all of this is just reminding each other, walking ourselves home. We're just like, oh, I remember you. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, I think with the Powerball, at least everybody gave it a go. I didn't at first, and then I was like, well, for that price, sure. I did a couple quick picks, and that was it. I figure you're either going to win or you're not. Yeah. So, like my name, my essence, my Huna essence in front, Kama Roja. What that means is she who channels light in the darkness, or she who channels light on the exhale. There's actually two different meanings for it. Oh, honey. Oh my. Absolutely. I've got an uncle that's doing the same thing. I am so sorry. I'm gonna send out a big energy hug for you. Oh yeah. So is he saying goodbye? Or is it just simply a case where they don't know what to do? Sending you the biggest hug. There is such a huge transition whenever somebody goes from one side to the other. That's not weakness. That is shock. I can feel it. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and send a bit of extra energy to your hubby as well, and to the room and the space. And anybody that needs to lean into this energy, please, if you're watching this here or on the replay and you're in one of these stages, one, grief comes in stages. Allow yourself all the time that you need. If you need to cry, cry, and you cry for as long as you need, and you definitely allow everybody to help. It's not weakness. A lot of times it can be shock, and it is definitely a big wish for a peaceful transition. And of course, some of this, like the hospice, it's a time for you to get used to the idea that they're going to have to be on the other side. Hmm. Oh, thank you so much, Paul. Liz, I'm hearing something for lightness. Something to do with lotus flowers. I have no idea what that is. Oh, I heard Kuan Yin. You might look into Kuan Yin. Gypsy JJ, I'm still doing an energy space around you. Mostly it's a pink light, but there is some yellow and like a gold color. There we go. And what we can do is call in some angels. Don't think Michael. Yeah. Yeah. It's really so hard whenever they have to go. It's They're always with you. Like Paul's saying, they're always here. The people that we love, they're always in our hearts. But it sucks. I mean, when you can't just reach out and they're gone, it's an emptiness. And the grief stage, it comes in stages, and it takes the time that it takes once they're past. But right now, you're in the transition. And yeah, I mean, I would have, like my heart horse. I know a horse is not a human, but I would have given anything to have been able to just reach out and hug him one more time. But they are literally right on the other side of the veil. And I know your fellow's still here. Take the time that you can to be together, but also take time for yourself. I don't know if you've got anybody that can help you, because it can be so hard to be able to take time to be able to rest. There we go. Just some extra energy for everybody. And this is part of why the holidays are rough, is because we don't always have those people, and it's always new whenever they're on the other side the first few times. And of course, going forward, it's never quite the same. Huh. Let's bring in Archangel Raphael. I know he's on hospice, but let's go ahead and bring him in because he is in charge of healing. There we go. We're going to sit that like a little. I saw an image of a little green dragon curled up on your shoulders. Let's see if we can do some. Huh, that's interesting. I'm actually getting gold dragons around your husband. And yeah, Archangel Raphael. You'll see two different colors with him. His primary color is a green, beautiful green. And then the other one is a pink. Mm. Oh, that's great. I know you'll probably be all right, but again, this is for anybody that's listening in that's going through these transition periods. This can be helpful to listen to later on. And so we're just putting that energy out there. And again, it doesn't really matter if it's a human or if it's one of our animal friends. Sometimes we've been raised to delineate between the two, but a family member is a family member. Mm. Yeah, like Hypnocity saying, I lost my dad and my mom. Miss them dearly, but I talk to them often. Beautiful. You're welcome. And don't mind me. I mean, I'm a chatterbox, so I've been known to talk to trees. The other night I had an owl come over me. She's so pretty. She was busy hunting. And I hear that so many times from the people that, oh, owl's a bad omen. And it's like, no, owl's a great omen. She got a she got a rodent. Yeah, my animals are my kids. Same. I struggle whenever I lose one. And all I can say on that is, you cry. Don't hold it in. Yeah, she's beautiful. I don't know if she's a barred. I think she's a barred owl, not a barn owl. As at first I thought she was a barn with an N on the end. The ones that have the little heart faces, they're so pretty. But I don't think she's that. I think this is the one that has the round face. So she's I think a barred owl. And I'm pretty sure she's a rehab because she'll come really close. She usually hangs out on the house. Yeah, dragons too. That was fun. It was about like a cat the size of a cat and it was emerald color. It was like an emerald green and it just curled up on your shoulders, which was cool. Oh, that'll be so wonderful, Rush. I'm looking forward to adopting a pet in 2026. So if anybody is still here, I'm still doing a little bit of energy work. I was kind of setting out a bubble there. Gorgeous. No, I don't have any photos of her. She's really nocturnal. And of course, I was going in the early morning hours to take care of my pony, so I don't have a camera in my hand. Oh, that is so cool. So my spirit box just going off. Perfect. What's it say? Oh, you're gonna go check. Okay, cool. How long's it been? What kind of a pet are you gonna get, Rush? Are you gonna get another kitty? Or is it a different? I'm just being snoopy. Frozen. A frozen pet? Did I freeze? God, I hope not. Can anybody see me? I'm moving. Hello. Hopefully. Here, I'll see if I can move my images back a little bit. Let's make a wish. There we go. Am I frozen? I hope not. Ooh, 111. Can anybody else tell me if I'm still active, if I'm still live? Can you still hear me? On my end, it looks like everything is live. Anybody? Hello? Rush? Or Hypnicity? I'm not seeing anything further. Am I frozen? Hope not. Okay, I saw a line. He's speaking of the. Oh, okay. Whew. Thankfully. Thank you. I have had so many troubles with my internet that it's been okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody that's been here in the past will understand. In fact, I left one up. It was so bonkers. That was back in November. That was so wild. Beautiful. A sweet dove flew into my bedroom yesterday, Namu. And as I was meditating, Buddhist monks walk for peace. Yes, yes. Namu is the Lemurian sign for peace. That is the sign of the dove is for September 1st through the 28th, and their essence is peace. So that's wonderful. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, I love the owls. Like I said, especially because they're on rodent patrol around here. We have something like I think it's like 56 different variations. I don't get me wrong, pet rats are fun, but we have like 56 variations of rodents in the state of Oregon. So, and a lot of them are rats. So there's rats, and then it's like, no, you need to be outside, not in my house. Go away. And not so many of you. Huh. I guess we lost Paul. I don't know where he wandered to. Oh, huh. Well, that's interesting. Because usually they have a printout or something on there. So the voice was saying cold. Cold. Maybe it doesn't like your snow. It's still saying that, huh? so it doesn't like being cold. Well, okay. Oh, yeah, the same morning that I saw the owl, I also saw a UFO, which is a little unusual because, like I said, we have been in so many clouds and snows and storms and things like that. So even just having the ability to see the stars is kind of wild. So I was walking to the barn and I was trying to figure out, huh, I wonder if that's the planet Jupiter or maybe Mars. I was trying to decide which planet it was because I didn't recognize it in the constellation. And then all of a sudden it started moving. Huh. Okay. And then and then it started just drifting on by. No noise. Yeah, that's wild. Am I going to sell freeze-dried mushrooms? No, I am not. But if you are interested, trying to think who would have it available. Usually you can find it whenever there is like a like a natural store, like an herb store. Yeah. Okay, now it stopped. That was crazy. Now it's back. Maybe it'll say hot. Yes, I do know. Rush, this won't happen until the end of January and going into um, February, but it will be the year of the fire horse, which is wonderful. I love horses. And yeah, 2025 was the year of the wood snake. We were shedding a lot of the old, and so it'll be the symbol for the fire horse. Yeah, at the moment, we do have because we do grow mushrooms as well, um, and so normally we have mushroom kits. We have we have lion's manes and we have oyster mushrooms, but we're going to be well right now we're just simply shut down for winter because we actually were going to continue selling it on the roadside, but what happened was we had such vicious storms and flooding and everything. I didn't want to take the risk that somebody would be in trouble, and so we don't have anything that's freeze dried. um, so we were growing the kits so that people could have them for fresh, and unfortunately we tried so hard to be able to send them through the mail and it just didn't work. But I don't personally have any of the freeze dried. It takes a bigger production line than what we have available. You like the photo? Yeah, it's dandelions, I think. If it's not a dandelion close up, then it's another one of the it just looked like something that you should make a wish with. Beautiful. I met my unicorn on 12/12 this year in the portal. I thought it might be horse related. It very well could be. Just because this is the year of the fire horse and the lunar Chinese dragons, or the lunar Chinese year, um, yes, you can absolutely have unicorns come forward at any point, and that could be it. Your unicorn could be coming forward to work with you with these energies of this year. Yeah, when you wish upon a star. Exactly. Oh, I forgot to ask. How did you like let me think. Disneyland. It's Disneyland that's in California, right? How did that go? Yeah, I just came back from it. It was amazing. That's wonderful. Is that your was that your first time going, Paul? Oh, saw Mickey. That's wonderful. Golly, those parks. The word would be a confirmation for your mushroom offerings. Oh. Mawa Nui, Gypsy JJ. Yep, for Christmas. Beautiful. Yep, 2026. Jimmy Jimmy's. Fire horse. Year of the fire horse. It also is helpful too because to look it up what your own symbol is, because sometimes you have a challenging year because the animals Some of the animals will work with each other in tandem, and then for others, it can be a more challenging year. But that's the Chinese New Year. And again, the Chinese New Year doesn't happen until the end of January. Sometimes it's in February. Sometimes it's even late in February. Onwards and upwards. Beautiful. Well, for everybody here and on the replays, I thank you so, so much for coming in and hanging out with me. And I wish you a very safe and a very happy, prosperous, healthy new year as you come into 2026 with the rest of us. We've been in 2026 for a while. It's been a minute. So safe journeys, everybody. And you can always come back to the replay to pick up on these energies, especially if you're feeling any challenges from colds or flus, or if you've got some body aches. We did some extra energy placements in different places and spaces. So I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your holiday season. And yeah, you know you will. You will. Enjoy the energy. And thank you again, everybody, for being here. And it's been a lot of fun. And I appreciate you being here on this journey. It's wonderful. Okay, everyone. Wawa. Wawa nui.